Okay, we are recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. For those of you that follow me on social media, um, on Sunday, the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel did like a shout out to my classes in the park. And someone had reached out to me and told me they were going to do it. And they asked for like a collection of photos and stuff, which I sent them. And I was like, I don't question those things, but I was kind of surprised because they have a yoga program themselves. And I've been in the yoga world a long time, which this story will kind of end with that. But so I've seen like a lot of weird things. I mean, like I've literally seen people opening yoga studios across the street from another yoga studio with the purpose of putting that yoga studio out of business so that they could be the yoga studio. So when someone as big as the Roosevelt Hotel decides to give me a shout out, even though I know that they also have a yoga program. I know that because I was for 3 months their yoga teacher until they fired the person who hired me, not for hiring me. But anyways, so I was surprised, and they said very glowing things about me that I'm going to tell you one of the things they said because it's been hard for me to digest. And if I just shout it out, they said that I am a Los Angeles yoga legend. And I was like, man, I kind of had a little bit of a hard time with that. And people said something about it in the comments, and like I made light of it, which is my nature. But here's the thing, because a lot of people ask me this question of how I got where I am or wherever I am, because I don't really know where I am. So eventually the person who set up so that the Roosevelt could give me this shout out is the main teacher at the Roosevelt now, who has occasionally taken my class, or more than occasionally, but I did not know this because they sent me a message and they said that they took their first class with me ever in 2005. So in 2005, any of the classes that I would have been teaching as a substitute. I didn't even have an official class. So that means someone didn't show up. I showed up to teach the class, and this person was there for their first class ever. And 16 years later, they decide to celebrate me as a yoga teacher. And that's wild, like, because you never know. I mean, that's a long time, right? And I'm not saying that they came to my class and all that, but you never know where these things are growing or not growing or coming from. They're just very moving and very interesting to me. And that is it. Thank you for listening to my story. And I'm going to move back so we can start in our seated position. So let's turn the feet in as best you can. If you want to get further than that, you can. I'm going to do this breathing that I've been opening a lot of these classes with, because it actually really helps me get into the class. So let's start with the hands on the knees, and we're going to breathe in and reach up and touch the ceiling. We're going to breathe out and bring the hands down, and then breathing in, reaching up. We're going to bring out the hands down on the out breath, and we're going to breathe over and over with the movement of the body. When I ran track, which was very briefly, my track teacher told me to raise your arms when you breathe in, it makes the lungs longer. But just a few more of these. And if it wasn't obvious, I'm very grateful and humbled that someone would do that shout out for me, especially someone who was a competitor in such a field that from the outside you wouldn't know was competitive, but once you get inside, it's very funny to get the curtain open. Just a couple more of these. Good, arms down. We're gonna take the right hand and grab the left knee. And we're gonna just do that twist with the left hand right behind us. You could come all the way around, but it is early in the sequence. We're just gonna look back as we pull the shoulder back. And then all the way over to the other side. Left hand grabs the right knee, sitting up tall, shoulder back, breathing in the nose. Then we continue the breath like we were doing when the arms were moving, but as the body is still, we continue to breathe. Good, couple more. Right hand down, fingers pointing away, straight arm, left palm facing the ceiling, and then we're gonna reach the arm up and over, looking along the elbow to the ceiling. We're gonna breathe here. All right, let's go ahead and switch. Left hand down, right arm up and over. We'll look along the elbow to the ceiling again, breathing in the nose. Good. This next one I said before, I never do it, so I can't say that anymore. I've done it like once before in this class. I used to do it all the time. So you're going to keep your legs turned in or crossed, and we're going to bring the hands behind the back and see if you can get a hold of the elbows. Now, it may not be possible for all of us. You could grab just the forearms, but if you can get a hold of the elbows, get a hold of the elbows. And that'll kind of help you pull the shoulders back as we pull the core in. We're going to take a couple of breaths just upright like this. And then on an out breath, we're just going to forward fold. And if possible, you'll put your forehead on the mat. If not, it can get, as close as you like. And we'll take a couple breaths here. I think I probably dropped out of frame. Good, we're going to come back up. If you were in half lotus or full lotus, you would notice that the heel pushes a bit into the abdomen, which is a lot of yoga is really focusing on the digestive process, and that would be there too. But it is a little harsh on the knees, which is why I don't encourage people to do it. Let's stand. One standing, we're going to take the feet apart about the distance of the hips or shoulders, and let's swing the arms forward. Good, and then backwards. Excellent. Across the front, switching the hand on top, so it just kind of changes the pull on the shoulder. Great. Hands on the hips. We're going to swing around a little bit. Excellent. And the opposite direction, please. I hope you don't mind. Let's take a real slow time getting in today. Good. I'm going to come up so we can step one foot over the other. They'll be in kind of tight. And you can let yourself hang down. And once hanging, if it's too much to hang, you could grab the legs or put the fingertips on the floor if you're that flexible. But otherwise, if you can hang, just let the hanging happen, and you can circle in the hands, and we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Good, and then stay in the forward fold, and we're going to switch the feet. And again, you could circle or just hang, or you could pendulum the arms. All right, feet together, big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart. We're going to put the hands on the shin. If you're very flexible, you can put the hands on the floor, but it is early. We're going to look up, lengthening the spine through the eyeballs. And on the out breath, we forward fold. Then we're going to look up, flattening through the back. And on the out breath, forward fold. We're going to look up again, breathing in. And on the out breath, forward fold. We're going to look up, breathing in. And forward fold. Engage, tighten the core. Let's come all the way up, sweeping the arms to the ceiling. We're going to bring the hands down through the heart center. Breath in all the way back up. Breath out, forward folding. Again, fingers low. We look up and we forward fold. Up again to the sky. Down through the heart center. Breath in on the way back up. Breath out, forward folding. Again, fingers low. We look up, flat back, forward fold. All the way up again, reaching out to the sky. Down through the heart center. One more. Breath in, back up. Breath out, forward folding, fingers low. We're going to look up, and then from here, we're going to step back to the top of push-up. If you prefer, you could put the knees down if you're not up for the full push-up. We're going to tighten the belly and the legs, and then when you're ready, go ahead, lower down, maybe hover 2 inches, maybe hit the ground. Toes pointing back, we roll forward, looking up third eye with the legs tight, and then down dog, tucking the toes or rolling back on the toes. We look at the knees of the navel as we bend one leg, push the opposite heel towards down, walking a little bit back and forth in place. So you could walk or jump to the top of the mat into the forward fold with the big toes together, fingers low, we look up. And we forward fold. Come on all the way up, reaching out and out. Down again through the heart center. Breath in, back up. Breath out, forward folding. Again, fingers low. And we look up. And we step back again, top of push-up. Lower and drop. Up dog. And down dog. And nice. If you like, up on the toes on the in-breath, down with the heels on the out-breath. Or you could stay still, which is what I'm going to do. Looking at the knees of the navel, hands a distance to the shoulders, feet 2 fists apart, breathing in the nose, looking at the knees of the navel. I said that. All right, step hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold, all the way back up for number 3. Down again through the middle, breath in, back up. Breath out, forward folding. And we look up. We step back again, top of push-up, lower and drop. Up dog, legs tight. And down dog. And nice. So in down dog, remember, you can rest anytime. It doesn't have to be a down dog. You can rest anytime or take a time out. We'll breathe a couple more breaths here. Good. Walk or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold, and let's come up with the arms straight up to the ceiling here. We're going to take the feet apart, and we're going to take the right hand and grab the left wrist. And we're going to pull over to the right, just a bit. And then back up, left grabs right, and we're going to pull over to the left. Good, and back to center. Let's return the feet back together, big toes touching, ankles a bit apart. Go ahead and let the knees fall together as you sit in chair. Good. Up over, again, this will be the same, forward folding. We look up, flat back. We're stepping again, top of push up, lower and drop. Up dog, legs tight, and down dog. Let's do right side, warrior one, right foot steps almost to the wrist, left foot turns out. So the foot's outside the center line, arms up, knee over ankle. We're gonna reach the left arm forward. Breathing. And we touch the ceiling again, and hands back down, step back again, lower and drop, up dog, down dog, left foot stepping, right foot turns out. Arms up for the moment, and then we reach the right arm forward because we want the shoulders squaring to the front of mat. Excellent, touch the ceiling, and again, hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog, and great. Breathing here, remembering we can rest. All right, step, hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair, and stand, shoulders back, tight core. Let's do a couple more of these. Sit in chair. Good. Up over again, forward folding. We look up, flat back. We're stepping, top push up, lower and drop. Up dog, down dog, right side, warrior one, left foot turns out again. Hands in prayer above the head, looking up, lengthening up, maybe arching back. Great. Hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, down dog, left side, stepping, right foot turns out, back up. Hands in prayer above the head, looking up, lengthening up, maybe arching back. Very nice. Hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. And great. We're going to breathe right here. All righty. Step, hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair, and standing, arms down. So last one we're going to do with warrior two today. We sit in chair again. Good. Up, over, forward, folding, fingers low. We look up. We step back again, top of push up, lower and drop, up dog, down dog. Right side now, warrior two. Back up. Here we are, breathing. Knee over ankle. Hip trying to rotate back, but not at the expense of the knee. We drop the shoulders and hold the core, breathe, and look at the right hand. Good, cartwheel the hands top of the mat again. Step back, lower down, up dog, down dog, left side, stepping, right foot turns out, back up. Warrior two, same stuff, knee over ankle, tight core, dropping the shoulders, breathing and looking at the hand. All right, hands top of the mat again, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. Good, we breathe right here. All right, step hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, we forward fold, feet together, ankles apart, knees together, arms up. We're gonna stay in chair, just breathing here. If you want more of a workout, you're welcome to come up on the toes. All righty, let's stand with the feet apart, about the distance of the hips or shoulders. You can grab prayer or elbows, and we're gonna hang down. Once hanging, you could bounce if you want, or just hang. If you bounce, sneeze the breath out of your nose every time the body drops down. On the in-breath, touch the ceiling. On the out breath, we're coming all the way down, and we're gonna grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Big toes push the fingers down, thumbs touching on the inside, elbows pull away. Drop the head, breathe here. Good. On an in breath, we touch the ceiling again. And then on the out breath, right back down, hands on their feet from the front, toes touching the wrist. Very nice. Let's stand again, top of the mat, and big toes together, ankles apart. We're gonna turn the thumbs out. Let's just take a couple breaths right here. Very nice. Sit in chair again. Crack the ankles. Up, over, forward, fold, and fingers low. We look up. We step back again. Top push up, lower and drop. Up dog, down dog. Right side warrior two. And we're up again. Breathing, dropping shoulders, holding core. Let's straighten the leg in the front. We'll shorten this. I'm going to shorten the stance like a half inch for myself. And then reach out a bit for triangle, right hand down, left arm up. We're going to breathe here looking at the ceiling. Really, we're looking at the reaching hand. Let's place both hands on the shin. We're going to shorten the stance about 2 or 3 inches. You don't have to if you're super flexible. Left hand stays down or back of the hand outside of the leg. Big toe in the front grips the mat. Right arm up. We lengthen the spine. We lengthen the breath in the nose. Very nice. Hands down again. Stepping back. Top of push-up. Lower down. Up dog. And down dog. And left foot stepping, warrior two. Up on the left side. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Good. Straighten the leg in the front. I do like a half inch shorter with my stance. I think my warrior two is a little long. We're going to reach out and again, triangle. Left hand down, right arm up. Good. Both hands on the shin. Let's shorten the stance a couple of inches. I'm going to keep that left hip in. You can put the hand, back of the hand outside the leg. And we twist as we lengthen the spine and breathe. All right, again, hands down, stepping back, lower down, up dog, down dog. Very good. We're going to stay right here. All right, step, walk, jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, flat back, forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair again. And standing arms all the way down, shoulders back, tight core. Excellent. Let's do some more of the standing. We sit in chair. Good. Up, over, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, stepping, top of plank, lower down, up dog, third eye, down dog, navel, right side, warrior two again. We're going to breathe here. Let's do extended side angle. We're going to take the center of the right forearm and place it on the knee. We're going to reach the left arm up and over, looking along the elbow to the ceiling, and we breathe here. Good. Back to warrior two for the moment. We're going to take the left hand and we're going to bring it all the way around the back. Hold your core in so that it doesn't move because the arm's back there. Mine does that. So you can grab the leg or your pocket or your shirt, but hold that core and the hip back. Right palm faces the ceiling, and then we arch back. Don't move the knee, and we're going to breathe. Good. Hands down again, stepping back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. And left foot stepping, right foot turns out. Good. Warrior two again, breathing. And like the other side, center of the forearm, right close to the knee, on the leg. Right arm up and over, we breathe here. Good. Back up, warrior two. Right hand comes around the back. We grab the shirt in the pocket of the leg. Just get the knee in your mind and holding the core in your mind, and then we're going to arch it back so we don't move those parts. Excellent. Hands back down again, stepping back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. Good. So I'm going to step the right foot up. We're coming up into horse or the sun goddess. So we want the toes splayed out a bit. We're going to put the hands today on the knees just for a moment. And there can be a bit of pressure there. Normally I don't have the hands pushing on the legs, but in this pose, it does. And we're going to rotate the right shoulder forward for a moment. And then back up, and then the other shoulder forward. And then just a couple of those on your own. Good, and then imagine you have the sun in your hands and then hold it above your head. Keeping the legs bent with the toes splayed out and the knees opening out and away. Very nice. Let's stand. We're going to turn the feet to run straight forward. We're going to reach straight up and then just a simple wide-legged forward fold, so straight down. Let the head drop, breathing in the nose. If the palms get down, great. If not, don't worry about it. And back up, we reach to the ends of the fingers. And then behind the back, we will intertwine the fingers. If your upper back is holding tension, push the palms together. It may seem like you can't go as deep, but it's way better for the upper back. Otherwise, hands apart is fine and even great. But if you really want to accent the upper back, push those palms together. Breathing all the time. Light as possible in the toes. Good. Up. Touch the ceiling on the in-breath. On the out-breath. Back down. We'll grab shins, ankles, or big toes with the peace fingers. I'm going to just hold shins today. I'm not doing big toes. And then drop the head down. If you get the big toes, you pull the elbows away from the ears, which kind of lengthens across the upper back again. Let's stay down low. Both hands are going to grab the right shin. Left shoulder rotates under and through. And over to the other side. Right shoulder rotates under and through. Excellent. Let's stand. Let's bring the feet together, and you can step them out a little bit if you like. We're going to do warrior number 3, standing on the left foot. You can bring the hands to the heart or even all the way out. We're going to lift the right foot off the ground and see if it is possible to make the body parallel to the earth, except for the straight standing leg. It's kind of sometimes hard for me to make straight. But let's breathe here. If you like, place the left hand down, right arm up. Ardha Chandrasana is the next pose. And if you like, switch the hands. Oh, and stand. All right, step it out. That was tough. Good job. All right, standing on the right, hands to the heart out, or even Superman. I'm going to come forward to warrior 3 on the other side. And we're going to breathe here. And again, if you'd like to put the hand down, go ahead, reaching the opposite arm up. So it's right hand down, same side as the leg that is down. And switch the hands. Hip drops down. Good. Let's stand, shake it out, step it out. Standing on the left foot, we're going to do tree. You just grab the right ankle, and you can hold it right there the whole time. Or if it locks, then you can just keep it there way up above the knee. Hands to the heart are all the way up, or you can put the leg out in the front so you don't have to lock. All right, let that down, step it out a bit. And let's do the opposite, however that worked out for us. Pulling that ankle up. You could hold it there the whole time. Eventually it'll lock. It don't take too long. Or at least, it took me, I remember in the beginning it not locking, and then one day it did. It wasn't a super long wait. Just breathing. Let that down, step it out. Standing on the left, we're going to lift the right leg, and the right hand's going to grab the right knee. And we're going to stay right here. Those of you that want to grab the big toe and extend the leg are welcome to. Stand up tall, either holding the knee or the foot. Breathing. We're going to open that leg to the right as we look to the left. And back to center, leg out. Whoa, on its own. Excellent. Let that down, step it out. And let's do the other side. Standing on the right, we're going to lift the left. Left on left, hand on the hip. We're going to stay here. You could grab the big toe, extending the leg if you like. And let's open that leg out to the left as we look over to the right. Stay here. My balance is very questionable today. And back to center, leg out on its own. Excellent. Let that down, step it out. And my favorite, feet apart about the hips. That the toes are slightly splayed out. Let's squat. We're going to push the elbows into the knees and lengthen up. When I bring the hands to the heart, it helps push the legs out further. And then I really think about my back getting straight and tall, and then we breathe here. It'd be a great place if anyone wanted to do a headstand or a crow or anything like that, which I'm not going to do, but you're certainly welcome to. This is the perfect place to do it. And let's roll forward to hands and knees. And we're going to step the right foot top of the mat. And we're going to reach the arms up like a funnel. We're going to do both of the ones that I do out of this space here. So we're going to breathe here. So take your time. We'll get them both done. Going to take the left elbow outside of the right leg, hands in prayer, pull in towards the chest, turn the fingers toward the face. I like to look at my foot. You could do the exact opposite of looking up to the ceiling where the elbow is pointing. You could also roll back on the ball of the left foot, straighten the leg coming up if you like, and we're going to breathe here. All right, hands down, let's step that knee back. Other side, left foot top of the mat, arms up again like a big funnel. We breathe here. Right elbow outside of left leg, hands in prayer, pull in, turn the fingers toward the face. Stay here, and then if you modified it with the back leg, please feel free to do that again. All right, again to hands and knees. Right leg stepping, same stance, but now the arms are running straight up. We'll take just a couple of breaths here till everyone gets to the spot. And then now, hands down right on the inside, right hand right inside the right foot, leg locking against the shoulder and the ribs. You could stay here, or you could walk the hands forward, trying to put the elbows down. And again, breathing all the time, of course. All right, step that knee back, opposite, left foot stepping top of the mat, arms up again. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then again, down on the inside, left leg locking against the shoulder. You could walk the hands forward if you want to try to get the elbows down. And even if they don't go down, you could stay in the halfway point of the arm, bending towards down. Good. We're going to get into pigeon a little quicker than we normally do. We're going to run the vinyasa though. We're going to lower down, up dog, third eye, and down dog. We're going to hold the right foot up just for a moment, bend the leg, open the hip up, and then throw that shin top of the mat. Scooch the left leg further back. We're going to look up, third eye, and then hands down if they're not already. Forearms down, head down. You could extend the arms out. If you need more action, bring the foot on the bent leg further forward until the shin squares to the top of the mat. And let's focus on breathing. Excellent. Hands down again. Step back on top of push-up. We'll do vinyasa, lower down, up dog, tight legs, down dog. Then we're going to hold the left leg up. You bend that leg and then throw through other side. Right leg crawls back a little bit. Then look up, hands down, forearms down. And again, breathing, of course. Excellent. One more vinyasa. We step back, top of push up, we lower down, up dog, and down dog. And then, yay, let's sit down. One sitting, legs straight out in front. Feet will be the same as when we're standing. So it's big toes mostly together, ankles apart. We're going to breathe in and touch the ceiling. We're going to breathe out, try to touch the toes. Back up, breathing in, and over and over. Out breath on the downward fold. Good. Touch the ceiling. Then we're going to bring the arms down. So with the hands, fingers pointing towards the feet, we're going to bring the hands behind us. The thumbs are kind of pointing towards each other and the tail. We're going to point the toes and lift the hips and look at the ceiling so the head doesn't drop. Good. Back down. We're going to bend the right leg, hug it in real tight. The left toes, they point straight up to the ceiling. The left arm comes all the way over, grabbing the right leg from the tail, 6 inches out, hand down, shoulder back, looking back, sitting up tall. You could also do elbow outside if you like. We're going to breathe. Excellent. Let's switch it. Right leg out, left foot in real tight. Right arm grabs the leg, hand behind you, sit up tall or elbow outside. We breathe and we look at the eye line on the wall. Good. Unwind it. Both legs bent. We're bringing the arms under the bent legs. We're rolling back onto the tail. You could stay here looking at the toes and breathing. You can let go, locking the shoulders back. You feel the work in the core, or at least I do when I let go. You can straighten the legs, hands in prayer, third eye or toes, or even straight out. This is 1 of 5. We're going to breathe here. Good. Cross the legs, grab the shins, and sit up really tall. Excellent. Back up. Number 2. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And up again. Number 3. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Number 4, up again. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Yes, the last one, number 5, up. Great. Let's hug the knees in. We're going to lie back. We're going to do bridge, and anyone who wants to do Urdhva Dhanurasana is welcome to. Let's put the feet down, feet at knees, 2 fists apart, and the longest finger almost touches the heel. We're going to lift the hips. As we lift the hips, tuck one shoulder, then the other, intertwine the fingers and push the arms on the floor. If you're doing Urdhva Dhanurasana, awesome. We're going to breathe. Good. Down. Grab the shins, bring the nose up to the knees. And we're gonna go upside down. You're welcome to skip it. You're welcome to put your feet up the wall. We're starting with plow, kicking the feet up and over the head, legs in the direction of straight. Hands could be either on the back or interlace fingers, arms down. Couple of breath here. And then hands on the back. You could scooch the elbows in a little closer to the distance of the shoulders here. And then straight up. Heavy in the shoulders, heavy in the elbows, light in the back of the head, breathing in the nose. Excellent. Bend the legs, bring the knees down, reach back, grab the soles of your feet. In dead bug, the knees are in the armpits, the head is down, the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling because we are holding them. You can stay still or rock a little bit back and forth if you like. Excellent. Knees into the chest again. Keep the head and shoulders down. Let's bring the arms out like a T. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, let the knees drop over to the right as we look to the left. And you could put the right hand on top of those legs, which I like to do for myself. And we're going to stay here and breathe. Excellent. Back up and then over to the other side. Left hand holds the knees down, right arm out, looking to the right. Good. Back to center. We're going to end in a 5-minute meditation. So if you can roll yourself up to seating, that's cool. And if you want to lay down, that's also cool. I'm going to take my rolled up mat and I'm going to put it right here. You can roll your mat up. If you don't have carpeting, leave like about a foot of the mat hanging off so your ankles aren't on the hard floor. If you have a carpet, you don't need that. I'm just going to turn the feet in a bit. I'm going to lock my shoulders back. I'm going to intertwine my fingers and thumbs touching. You could also do one hand on top of the other. So the hands drop down into the lap. It's a nice circle of energy here. The chin hangs slightly down towards the chest, but not all the way, just slightly. The eyes are gently closed. We become aware of the body breathing itself. So we let the body just return to normal. The breath comes, the breath goes. Just going to focus on that like a cat watching a mouse. And we're staying here 5 minutes today. All righty, let's bring the hands to the heart center. We'll rub them together a little bit. If you're deep in meditation, you're welcome to stay there. And then arms up like a big funnel. We're going to take a breath in through the nose as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth. And if it'll fit more, we're going to hold the breath. We're going to tighten the legs. We're going to tighten the core. And then with the sound, we let it all out. Everything goes. Ah. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, all of you. And let me just do my sign out before I say hello more. It's danieloverberger.com if you need to find links to my Venmo and PayPal. Thank you, Terry. And if you need the last 4 digits of my phone number, it's 5118 because Venmo asked for that. And Monday and Wednesday, we do this at 7. I'm stopping.